Okay, so we are here with another map, the Island Part 2. I got Dangle's son with me,
You right, guys?
a Y2 Dan. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Got a bit of a sniffly cold, but otherwise I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
Uh,
So, we'll start off on the map.
so we start out at a beach. So you have a two challenges right away that I could see is creating an industrial park as well as an environment. You got a beach, rocks, trees, waterfall.
Yep.
Let me ask you this first of all: how long did this entire map take you?
Uh-huh.
And also, how long do you usually spend on maps?
So I think I've made 4 maps in total since Far Cry 5 was released, and I would probably say this map particularly took me a year to do, but not.
Wow.
It was a span in over a year, so uh, it would be an on-off sort of scenario where I'd sort of start playing the map, make it, and then I might leave it for a month or so. But the time period was over a year, definitely.
Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, it definitely takes a long time to take time and put detail in and add everything that we're about to see. So
Yeah,
I know you said you have two pathways in the beginning, so the player has freedom here. Is there
yeah.
any particular reason for that?
So just to give you an idea, this is actually a second map of like a series of maps I was going to make. So the first map, you were on a large boat that ended up sinking. You've ended up managing to get off that boat, get on a smaller boat, and just scoot off to this island just in
Into the
time
island.
for your petrol to run out. Just so you're aware, this boat doesn't go anywhere. You can try, but it will pretty much sit there, not
So
doing
you pretty
anything.
much placed it on land,
It's on land, but I've stuck some
like an invisible wall or
invisible
something.
wall around it, so
Right.
it
Okay.
won't move.
Yeah.
You
So
pretty
there you
much,
go. That's how you make a vehicle stay put.
yeah,
So you get the beauty of it looking like a good boat,
definitely.
without the functionality. Yeah. Did
Okay.
you use a lot of like Google image searching?
Oh, definitely. So
Yeah.
one of my things that I'll do before I even start a map, obviously you have the idea in your head what you want to sort of go ahead and do, but I initially thought to myself, right, I want to get on a beach here, and so I started googling beaches. Well, I think I've googled code beaches of such,
Hmm.
and that was one of the first results sort of come up, and it sort of appealed to me really.
And did you get like images like for these tunnels that we're in right now as well,
Oh yeah,
and kind of
definitely.
base those up? Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So
Everyone I talk to says they use Google Images to
yeah,
get references for everything.
what I do have is I use OneNote. So I'll make a OneNote page which will have a bunch of tabs, and in
Hmm.
those tabs I'll have like research for caves, research for factories, research for
Oh
etc.
yeah.
etc. And then I'll
You're
just dump
really
images in
organized.
there. Yeah, so now I can go back on them when I need to. Really.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
gonna go back and grab a gun, some bullets.
Yeah.
Nope, nope.
Yeah, this I'm just gonna comment like this cave looks really well done. The lighting is perfect. Like I can imagine it was quite a challenge trying to place exactly where you want the lights to be to make sense. Like how are they
Yeah.
powered?
So
So kudos to you for all everything placed down here.
yeah, that took somewhat time to get that right. I mean, initially I built this cave. This was hard work doing this anyway, because building inside things can be quite hard. When you're outside,
Oh
it's not
yeah,
so hard.
caves are really tough. Yeah,
Yeah, it can get a bit hard to notice what you're doing.
get
I wanted some
cramped and
sort of
yeah.
platform sort of level where you sort of jump, because one of my inspirations is Tomb Raider. That's one of my favorite games. So it
Cool.
was the idea of it was to have it cavey, bit platformy, and so you can get
Yeah,
across.
I did see another jumping puzzle in the beginning.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty cool right here. I like the detail with the foliage and the vines.
So it's all about blending stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
See, those vines come from like there's this wooden sort of plank that's underneath the wooden plank, it has these vines. So you just blend them into the rock, the wooden planks into the rock, and there you go. You got some vines.
I think I might know what you're talking about. Is it like a bridge plank?
Yeah, it's kind of like a bridge plank. It's quite long.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's pretty clever.
Yeah. Again, here it's this original area. This door never used to exist. So I built this cave, and it went round here, and it just sloped up to here. And I got the feeling that this side of the map needed to be extended a bit longer, because if you went the other way around on the beach, it took ages, whereas this way just ended really quickly. So I ended up making this little area here.
Yeah, so in addition to make it feel longer for the player.
Yeah, effectively.
Can you quickly speak to picking the textures and stuff to make it look like it's a like institution inside of the cove in the mountain? Like with all, because I know there's several different concrete textures, and I see you put different pipes and doors and different kind of metal material.
Yeah.
Could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. So like to sort of make a little bit of a palette, really, initially. So I tend to use so Steve B. He's got like a Far Cry website which has got all the assets on. I tend to go through there while I'm sort of on my lunch breaks or something, and just grab out things that I like that are looking very similar to each other. So you'll see like all these concrete pillars, concrete walls. I think if you go a little bit further, this sort of divider in the wall as such here is another bridge that I just blended in with a concrete platform of such. And then you'll find yourself just getting all these colours. Just go through his website really and have a look. But what I would say is here, I've also added a script, so you can continue this until you've unlocked.
And those are the famous flagpoles.
Yeah, the famous flagpoles. I think when you're on console, it's realistically the only way to block a route until you hit a button.
Yeah. I've done in the past, just to share with everybody watching the video, in the past I've done like an actual door, like a dynamic door you can walk through.
Yeah.
But then I've placed a explosive, something that can be unspawned right behind it, so you can't really push the door open fully.
Yeah.
But just a quick tip.
He's at me. But yeah,
those guys are tough.
So the script happens. You've hit that button. It's turned on a script which would have opened up that hatch. An enemy would have spawned in that room to look like it's come out of the hatch, effectively.
Okay, right.
You would have seen him run out of that door.
Yeah.
That was the idea with that one.
Cool. And did you place a control zone to make that alien go right towards where that player would activate the script?
No, I played around with this a lot. There was quite a few enemies in here originally, but it was just too hard. But otherwise, he just runs straight for you, so you didn't really have a choice. This here is an effect that this may sound silly, but this is actually one of the Vietnam houses.
You clipped it through the rock, huh?
So the house had a lot of vines all over it, so I clipped it in a rock.
Yeah. I was just about to bring that up because I just noticed that. I think players like me really appreciate the detail.
Yeah. That was actually a suggestion by a guy called Loopy Fun. I don't know what his real name is, but he's on Xbox somewhere along the lines, and I chatted to him a couple times while I was making this part. And he sort of brought it up. So.
Great, yeah. I think we've mentioned him before. There's been so many people. It's hard to keep track of them all. But I guess that's why we're doing this series, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Again, this is another part of the area which is kind of Tomb Raider inspired.
It looks really cool, especially with the mist. I think a normal player would have just added the water and been done with it, but I think that's really clever that you add a little bit of mist.
Yeah, it just sort of makes it feel like it's an endless pit that you're not going to fall down. So
yeah, I gotta say this is probably the best of all the jumping puzzles I've seen. Like just everything that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Oh, cheers. Cool. This was where I first started on that. Here I wanted to sort of make a sinkhole.
This is really cool. Yeah, really cool. This like reminds me of Skyrim or something.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, this is a sinkhole that I tried to make as such. That hasn't been. So I tried to place rocks underneath where that
Yeah.
directly would have fallen. This is also the part where the game joins back together. So if you were to go the other way on the map,
Oh, right.
on the beach, you would come out of there. There is no way
Very
of getting
cool.
up there,
I see.
so if you try and jump up there, it
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, great. This is excellent design. Can I ask you, with the substantial amount of rocks that you had to place here,
Yep.
did you have to cleverly use the same rock over and over again, or did you maybe, place different rocks and pivot them a lot so everything? Because it does look very different, and like the walls have like a groove and a circle to them.
Yeah, so what I would say, going back in here, a lot of the rocks going round the edge are the same. But again, they're either rotated 180 or span around
Right.
somehow, just to look slightly different. Because it's just always good to just keep using the same rock, because it's quick and you can make it look different just by blending it with another rock that's the same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Combining shapes, if you will.
yeah, so it has just been
Yeah.
repeating round and
Yeah,
round and
okay.
round the rock. And again, I used, as you can see, those vines up there.
Yeah, I think
they're houses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I think the vines and just the copy of the rocks really blends everything together. So I think that would be a great note to take away is just you can copy a lot of objects together, but I think what really blends it together is the detail. So those vines, for example, really good stuff.
Yeah. So what happens here? There's a script acting here.
Okay.
It's starting to make the outside more foggy, but it's set to do it over about 50 seconds, if I remember right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And the only reason is once you get to the bridge, you'll see what I mean in a minute. You would if I didn't do that, you would see the
A hidden
far
part
away,
of the map.
Yeah, you'd see a far away point where you can see the end of the water or such. So it starts to get a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But 50 seconds is good enough to get to that. So this area here, just as it's got a bit of a backstory. This was something I doodled at work in one of my sketchbooks.
Wow.
It sort of came to me a little bit that I wanted a bit of a cove to go in round a pillar. That top bit never existed, but it originally sort of had a little boat. I had a dock, but there is no dock here. I didn't see it necessary in it. But yeah, this came from a sort of little doodle I done at work. So
wow, it has such an adventure feel to it. It's great.
yeah. Not too sure why they just went over there. But
Yeah.
it's pretty random. So this is where you first start getting the waves of zombies come. I didn't think it was worth putting waves of zombies in the split of the two routes that you can take, just because it kind of messes up the AI eventually when you get along. So that's why I used the aliens originally.
I see. Yeah.
Right, so this bit I wanted to make a bit of a wow factor.
Yeah, I've said this. Yeah, if I said this on pretty much all of the videos so far, is that Far Cry's always been about like getting to a certain point where you can take in everything, get like a vantage point, and this is excellent. Great job.
So, yeah, the inspiration for this was so where I live, I was brought up on a little island, and it had like a steel mill on there. So the idea of this was based on that, really, from my sort of childhood, of seeing that nearly every day in my life. Where it'd be a big building with pipes going around the side of it, and there was like an electrical bit. So this came from my childhood, to be honest.
Okay.
But this bridge bit didn't, but the building itself does. What I would say about this building, it's kind of an illusion. So you look at it and you think it's like this giant chunky building.
Right.
It's not. It's actually just the face of this building is all it is. There is not. There's no walls on the side. There's no walls on the back. There's nothing. So if you were to get
it's like an illusion.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it's there, and it saves on objects really. So there's no point building
Yeah,
a whole thing if you
right.
can't see
That's a
it.
great tip.
So,
Yeah, that's a
so
great tip. Just build
that's
what you can see and what you need.
yeah, and then try to create an illusion really of it's giant, but it's not
Yeah.
really there. So
This is really cool. The pipes, I don't know why. Maybe it's just something that I'm terrible with, but pipes always like I can never find the right size pipe. I can never
yeah,
find the one that curves around the corner well. Like this is it just looks so flawless.
yeah. Again, it's another one where I've sort of grabbed some assets that I found off that website that Steve's done,
Uh-huh.
and I've just basically listed them down what they're called. I just sort of do a bit of
Uh
screenshotting, put them in a little
yeah.
list, and then just reference them every now and
Yeah,
then.
so
That's
organized.
what I need. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said before, like there's all this extra detail like smaller pipes going up the wall, different
Yeah.
kind of concrete objects. Like this is fantastic.
Right. What I would say is I've cut down the enemies a little bit here, just for
Uh-huh.
this video. 'Cause it gets a little
Sure.
bit stressful.
Yeah, yeah. So this becomes like a fighting arena, right? And you have the AI animation to make it fall off, right?
Yeah. So I've used the there's like a little fall animation that you can use. As I say, there's a lot of some of the tips is obviously use the hidden walls to stop people trying to get out of bounds.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Yep. Yep.
It's kind of absolutely
Yeah.
necessary. One thing
It's
I
nice
do
to have
do.
the freedom to go up though.
Yeah, one thing I do is not allow explosives like grenades or anything. Because of how I sort of develop maps without using generic shapes and stuff, occasionally you'll find you'll use something that can explode and break the map. So you might have a wall that could break on an explosion. So you don't want to have these grenades and everything around. So
Yeah.
it's always worth considering that, really, in my opinion.
Okay. So you use a combination of destructible and
Yeah,
non-destructible.
yeah.
This room's great.
This was something that took me quite a while, and this sort of I got a bit inspired by the old sort of Russian buildings. I don't know. I was saying that I was googling like Russian factories and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of what they look like. So I took that.
Looks
from there.
good. I like how you have right here like pipes leading into this duct
Yeah,
because it kind of helps guide the player, tell them where to go, especially with the lights as well.
yeah, definitely. And you can also find ducks can be quite boring. So I just wanted to give them a bit of life or something.
Right. Yeah. Ducks are pretty boring, so very good.
This room here was kind of inspired by Terminator 2 towards the end, or actually the ending, and
Yeah. I
seeing
see that.
one of the Nightmare on Elm Street films when he goes into some sort of like boiler area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on number 2. I can't remember which one it is now, but this is
Right.
where I kind of got the inspiration for the red sort of lighting.
This is pretty cool right here. The lady underneath the garage door.
Yeah. So this is one of these things that nearly every map I've made, I've done this. So I kind of think this is my signature thing on a map. To
Yeah.
put someone that's getting squashed under a door.
Yeah, it looks so cool though.
So that's my one
It's
part.
awesome.
There is sort of a little room there, but there was no point in creating any big details.
Yeah.
So it just goes in back.
Yeah, I don't think the player could see it if they crouched.
This is actually one of the first rooms I designed, and I designed it on the Part 1 map. This was
Okay.
originally meant to be on the boat, but I didn't really think it made sense having a boat with concrete, so I took it out and then used it
Right.
for this map, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you have changed the color so it looks like a white wall or maybe like a
Yeah.
wood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were some differences. I did use metal panels in it, but it just
Right.
didn't feel right to be on the boat. So I
Yeah.
just said to myself, right,
Yeah.
I like this room, but
Yeah.
because it's sort of hypey and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Again, it has a different industrial feel. So
Yeah.
again, like kudos on making each thing feel different.
What I would say about this roof, this is a lot of different angled shaped floors. so it creates
Right.
like a curve.
The
So you
dome,
can
right.
vaguely see it, but
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
it's a lot
How
of
did you get
flaws.
those, how'd you get those colored wires? Are those mods?
No, it's not a mod. What that is from the silo. There's like little tube silo.
Oh,
I
I
can't
know
remember
what
what
you're
they're
talking about.
called. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just,
Wow.
if you were to look outside this wall, you would effectively just be in a
Yeah.
silo.
Right, right. Oh my god, that's so creative.
Again, it's just blended into this one little part.
Yeah.
So,
Man, you are a
nice.
master of clipping objects into each other to give them the best look. This is unbelievable.
And yeah, again, that's a barbecue, I think.
Oh.
Those grips. Just to sort of give you an idea of what clipping I'm doing.
Wow, man, that is so clever.
There's another clipping. The air conditioning is a I don't know what you call them in the US, but we call them like camper vans.
Is that like a rooftop?
Yeah, so it's the top part of a camper van.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Wow.
Completely, just a tiny part of that asset, which is a great.
Yeah,
Batman
that's
type thing.
That's amazing. If the player somehow were able to escape the map, they would be like, "What is going on?" but the illusion is perfect.
Yeah, again, it's just making the illusion of things, really. And again, in this room, that's a door. I just put some metal studs on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
And make it a
Wow.
table.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. I would have never thought to make a door or table.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know at first until I got stuck. I use this a lot as well. This is another what I would call signature thing I do. Is
that a grill?
Yeah, I
is-
blend the AC unit from the zombie assets. There's like
Okay.
a load of rooftop assets, and I use that and just blend it in the wall. Makes sense.
Wow.
Again, this has been blended with like a porta cabin. So
Right. Yep. I see that. Yep. I recognize that one. Yep. Yeah. No wonder this took you a year. You're rotating objects. You're clipping that.
Yeah.
You're.
there's a lot
Wow.
of clipping.
Yeah.
The idea
So that's
here
creepy.
was yeah, it's very creepy. I wanted this factory to be about producing zombies somehow.
Yeah. I see. I got that right away.
And
Yep.
These guys, I'm guessing, in my head, they were the reject ones. Or you could view it as they are currently humans, and that once you get dipped into this
Yes.
substance, it doesn't have to be lava. I know it kind of looks like it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Um,
was thinking. Also, can I ask real quick, how did you go about the lava effect? Because I know there's no real lava in the game.
so I just
that
used
just,
like a water bubble. I can't remember what it was now. There was a water effect somewhere.
Yeah, the water. Yep.
Um,
Puddling effect.
and I just stuck a red light inside it, and it sort of came out pretty well, really. I think the water is orange as well. It said it's
Orange water. Yeah. Yep.
So
Okay.
it just came out
Great.
like that. It's not necessarily lava. I never viewed it as lava, really, to be honest, originally. But
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I just
Yeah.
use it as like, like in the original Batman movie, where you
Yeah. The acid pit.
the acid is kind of just falls into that kind of thing.
Yeah. I was gonna say for lava, I did like a medieval fantasy map where like a castle was out over like a lava pit, like from Shrek or whatever. So I used far away fire buildings.
Yeah.
When you're close up to the, they're literally called far away fire building or something like that. So when you're close up to them, you can't see the fire at all, except you can see the red glow.
Yeah.
So I just placed that underneath the water, and it gives this like vast orange glow. So just a quick tip for lava, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'll take you in this room, actually. This was the last area I done with my remaining budget. So.
Yeah, yeah, talk about budget. It's incredible you were able to get away with this.
Yeah.
This looks cool too.
So yeah, it's fully like maxed out budget. I
garbage
put
pile.
Thing down, but it was kind
Yeah,
of the
it
idea,
looks-
was a garbage pile.
It looks like, it looks like those garbage piles. I think I'll say this about a budget. I think some of the garbage piles take a higher, because they have a lot of textures in it. I think that might take a lot of the budget. So you might, if find yourself in the same position as yourself, you could maybe just create your own garbage with individual objects. Might be cheaper to use on the budget, but
Yeah.
anyways, I'll let you continue.
Yeah. So one of the other sort of little bits. I always wanted to create a door that was inside. I never really thought that was possible, but I managed to do it. So I used like an engine on the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. And
Wow.
one of the guys on the Facebook page suggested using a chain to put down.
Yeah,
So
it
I added
helps
that.
for sure.
Yeah, and then just covered it up with a metal beam. So
Wow,
yeah,
man, you did
well,
not have to go through that detail, but you did.
yeah,
That's incredible.
I like the challenge of it, just changing it. And again, I've used a train cart here, so
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Great.
weirdly the side of the train car looked like something when I was doing my research. So I thought that was great
Yeah,
to use there.
that's excellent.
So we'll take it over. This is towards the end of the map now, so and then part 3 will come
Will lead
along
you to
after
part
this.
3.
Yeah,
All right.
which is like an elevator. This is very Resident Evil inspired
Yeah,
from the original one. When you sort of get towards the end, you're like,
yeah.
done.
Wow, that was incredible. That is a amazingly detailed map, ranging from the ocean to the cove to the factory. This was incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot there, isn't there?
Wow, the island part 2.
Yeah.
You can check that out on Xbox and PC. Although I'm pretty sure it should be ported via the map swapper to PlayStation.
Hope you guys learned as much as I did from Dangle Son's The Island Part 2. Please comment any other maps that you would like to see and subscribe and comment. I've just been really enjoying seeing what you guys have been posting. Lets me know that you guys are enjoying this. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future, but for now, have a great night.